Hey filmmakers, have you ever tried shooting in slow motion only to end up with footage that looks choppy or jittery? You know, that stuttering effect that makes it feel less cinematic and more like a mistake? If you've ever been struggling to get smooth, flowy slow motion, today's video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to get the cinematic slow-mo you're after every single time. Let's dive into it. Tip number 1, let's start with how you shoot. Getting great slow motion starts before you even hit record. First, you need to shoot at a higher frame rate, at least 30 frames per second, though 60 is ideal for that buttery smooth look. You can use 120, but personally I think it's too cheesy. When you shoot at a higher frame rate, you capture more frames per second, allowing your footage to slow down without losing the fluidity. Next, pay attention to your shutter speed. Ideally, you want your shutter speed to be double your frame rate. So if you're shooting at 60 frames per second, set your shutter speed to 1/125. This will ensure your slow motion footage looks smooth and natural rather than choppy or jittery. Tip number 2, use proper stabilization. I personally love a gimbal for dynamic shots, but even if you don't have a gimbal, make sure you're using stable arms or a monopod. The key is minimizing movement as much as possible while keeping the shot steady, especially if you're filming things like a bride walking down the aisle or a close-up moment. Tip number 3, how you edit the footage matters just as much as how you shoot it. A common mistake I see with slow motion is when filmmakers try to simply reduce the speed of the footage during editing. But doing that can make your footage choppy, especially if the original frame rate isn't high enough. Instead, interpret your footage in a way that slows it down smoothly. In programs like Premiere Pro or Final Cut, you can interpret higher frame rate footage down to 24 frames per second, making sure the slow motion effect is natural and cinematic. Make sure your timeline is also set to 24 frames per second. Here's a quick bonus tip. Understand that you can't shoot everything in slow motion. It might be tempting to slow down every moment of the day, but slow motion works best when you use it strategically. You need a variety of frame rates to build contrast in your edit, mixing slow motion with regular speed shots to create visual interest and emotional impact. This is something we dive deeper into in my free training. This training will cover how to film and edit cinematic, story-focused wedding films without stressing on the wedding day. To recap, for smooth slow motion footage, start with the right shooting settings, higher frame rates, and double the shutter speed. Use proper stabilization to get your shots steady. And when editing, don't just reduce the speed. Use time interpolation for a smoother result. And remember, slow motion isn't everything. It's most powerful when used sparingly to create emotional moments that stand out. Drop a comment with your favorite slow motion shots you've captured, and let's talk about how you've been using them in your wedding films. If you want to go deeper into the storytelling and editing process, I'd love to have you join my live training coming up on May 7th. Check the link below to sign up.